Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We're heading back into the jungle for a revisit. It's time for the Predator. That's right, I'm bringing one of my favorite characters back into D&D for the new edition. In the darkness of space, the Yautja stalk through the shadows, hunting their prey. They are a reptilian-like species that prioritize combat and survival above all else. Now, I'm going to say it, there are actually several different subspecies of predators that are dramatically different both physically and socially. We've seen and read about at least 3 different subspecies, not including the genetically modified ones, with one of those species seemingly also enjoying cruelty and using less honorable tactics. Regardless of the Yautja lineage, they are a highly advanced civilization that learn from their failures to perfect their craft. In combat, they wield a variety of weapons that include plasma casters, spears, wrist-mounted blades, laser-guided bolts, shields, razor wire nets, and of course a small-yield nuclear explosive. Of course, their greatest tools are their hunting tech. These include multiple spectrum scans, targeting systems, energy shielding, and their signature cloaking device. Even without their tech, the Yautja are a dangerous species. They are faster, stronger, and more agile than most of the galaxy. They can also hold their breath for long periods of time, and at least one subspecies have what amounts to super adrenaline. Add in the hardship of their home world, this has made them incredibly tough and resilient to damage. The Yautja are nightmares to fight. Thankfully, 90% of them are arrogant as hell and can easily be beat with basic tactics. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Monsters of the Multiverse, and Forge of the Artificer, or Unearthed Arcana if the book hasn't come out yet by the time you're watching this. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so watch those stat minimums if you use another system. Make Intelligence 15, Dex 14, Wisdom 13, Strength 12, Con 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8 because it really isn't important for this build. Predators are Yautja, a spacefaring reptilian people. Lizard folk from Monsters of the Multiverse will be perfect. Bite allows you to make an unarmed strike with your teeth, dealing 1d6 plus your strength modifier in piercing damage. Hold Breath lets you hold your breath for 15 minutes, and you have a swimming speed of 30 feet. Hungry Jaws lets you make a special attack using your bite as a bonus action. When you do so, you can gain temp HP equal to your proficiency bonus. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. Natural Armor gives you an AC of 13 plus your Dex modifier when not wearing armor. Nature's Intuition gives you 2 skills, grab Perception and Survival. Finally, to finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Dex and +1 into Intelligence. For your origin feat, Tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then adds +2 HP to each level after. For skills, grab Acrobatics and Nature. To finish out your background, grab Proficiency in Herbalism Kit to help you take care of yourself in the wild. Level 1 Rangers start things off with 3 skills. Grab Stealth, Athletics, and Investigation. You're proficient in all weapons, light and medium armor, shields, and the saving throw, Dex, and Strength. Spellcasting grants you spells. Wisdom is your spellcasting modifier. You regain used spell slots at the end of a long rest, and you're starting off with 2 first-level spells. Favorite Enemy gives you a free spell with Hunter's Mark. This lets you mark a creature within 90 feet with a bonus action. For 1 hour while you maintain the spell, you will deal an extra 1d6 force damage when you hit them, and you will have advantage on perception and survival checks to find them. If the creature dies before the spell ends, you can use your bonus action to transfer the mark to another creature within 90 feet. Because you got this spell from a feature, you can cast it twice without a spell slot per long rest. Weapon Mastery improves your weapon skills. At the end of a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you're proficient with, and now when you use them, you can use their Weapon Mastery property. For some weapons you'll use, Spear gives you Sap, which causes a creature hit by by this weapon have disadvantage on their next attack before the start of your next turn. Short Sword and Hand Axe give you Vex, which gives you advantage on your next attack against a creature hit by this weapon before the end of your next turn. For your spells, Long Strider gives you an Adrenaline Rush, increasing your speed by 10 feet for 1 hour. Jump pushes you further, giving you a 30-foot jump distance for 1 minute when you sacrifice 10 feet of your movement. Level 1 Artificers from Forge gives you more proficiencies when you multi-class into them. You are now proficient in Tinkerer's Tools and the skill Medicine. Magical Tinkering allows you to create simple items like rope with an action. These items last for 1 hour, and you can do this a total number of times equal to your intelligence modifier between long rest. Spellcasting gives you some magic. All artisan tools you're proficient with and thieves tools are spellcasting focuses for you. Intelligence is your spellcasting modifier. You regain all used spell slots at the end of a long rest, and you're starting off with 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells. Now you are multi-classing 2 different half-casters, so head over to page 44 and 45 of the Player's Handbook to read up on that. And remember, you have 2 different spellcasting modifiers, so watch what spells you take. For your spells, Firebolt gives you a plasma caster shot out to 120 feet, dealing 1d10 fire damage on a hit. True Strike allows you to lock onto a creature you're targeting with a melee attack. When you cast this, you make a melee attack that uses your intelligence modifier for attack and damage, and you can replace the damage type with Radiant. Fairy Fire lets you lock on your prey. You create a 20-foot cube out to 60 feet. Each creature within the cube must make a dex save or become highlighted for 1 minute while you maintain the spell. They begin to glow and can no longer benefit from the invisible condition, and all attacks against them are at advantage. False Life gives you a minor energy field, allowing you to soak up damage with 2d4 plus 4 temp HP. Level 2 Rangers unlock Deft Explorer. You have Expertise, doubling the proficiency bonus in 1 skill you are proficient with. Place this into Stealth. You also learn 2 more languages of your choice. Fighting Style grants you a Fighting Style feat. For this feat, Dueling adds plus 2 damage to a weapon you are holding in one hand while holding no other weapon in the other hand. For your new spell, Alarm creates a trip sensor. You create a 20-foot cube out to 30 feet from you for 8 hours. When you create this sensor, you designate who can pass through it, and if anyone passes through it that isn't someone you've designated, you will automatically be alerted to it even if you are asleep or up to 1 mile away. Level 3 Rangers now have access to their subclass. Hunter from the Player's Handbook is going to make you a lot meaner to deal with. Hunter's Lore lets you learn the vulnerabilities, resistances, and immunities of a creature marked with your Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Prey lets you give yourself another feature when you finish a short or long rest. For these features, you can cause an extra 1d8 of a weapon's damage if the target is below full health, or you can give yourself an extra weapon attack against a creature within 5 feet of the original target if you haven't attacked them this turn. For your new spell, Detect Poison and Disease lets you discover poison, poisonous, or venomous creatures and magical diseases within 30 feet of you for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. Level 4 Rangers earn our first ability score improvement, Raised Dex for more stealth. For your new spell, Detect Magic lets you sense magical energy within 30 feet of you for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. You've hit character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus to +3. Firebolt now deals 2d10 fire damage on a hit, and True Strike deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage on a hit. Level 5 Rangers gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. You can now use Favorite Enemy 3 times per long rest. You also now have 2nd level spells. For your new spell, Pass Without a Trace covers you in a small cloaking field, adding +10 to your stealth checks for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. Level 6 Rangers receive Roving. Now when you're not wearing heavy armor, your total speed is increased by 10 feet, and you have a climbing and swimming speed. Level 2 Artificers learn Replicate Magic Items. You can now learn plans for magic items and make them after a long rest. You know 4 plans right now and can only have 2 items at once. These plans can include any common magical item that isn't a potion, scroll, or cursed item. For these items, Goggles of Night gives you dark vision out to 60 feet. Weapon +1 adds +1 to the attack and damage of your weapon. For your new spell, Featherfall slows you down for 1 minute with a reaction. And if you hit the ground while your spell is active, you take no fall damage. Level 3 Artificers now have access to their subclass. Artillerist from Forge is going to give you some explosive tech. Tool Proficiency gives you proficiency in Woodcarver's tools and lets you craft a wand in half the time. Eldritch Cannon lets you craft some serious tech. While holding your Woodcarver or Smith's tools, you can create an Eldritch Cannon that is a small or tiny object and can have legs or wheels if you feel like it. With a bonus action, you can activate the cannon to do one of three things. You can fire a repelling blast out to 120 feet, dealing 2d8 force damage and pushing the creature back by 5 feet, unleash a 15-foot cone of fire that deals 2d8 fire damage, or give you a protective field that grants you 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier in temp HP. You can only create one Eldritch Cannon at a time. Artillerist Spells gives you more spells when you level up an Artificer. Right tool for the job allows you to create an Artisan tool with magical tinkering. For your Artillerist spells, Shield adds +5 to your AC with a reaction and automatically stops magic missile for 1 turn. Thunderwave unleashes a shockwave, creating a 15-foot cube in front of you, forcing a con save on everyone within the cube, or dealing 2d8 thunder damage on a failure and pushing them back by 15 feet. For your new spell, take whatever you want. You're good on first level spells, and we really want second level spells. Your character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 4 Artificers earn another ability score improvement. Start raising intelligence for better spell attack and DC. For your new spell, take what you want. Level 5 Artillerist Artificers gain Arcane Firearm. This lets you carve a wand at the end of a long rest, and it becomes a pistol for you. When you cast a spell from Artificer that deals damage, you can add an extra 1d8 to the damage roll. You also get second level spells. For your Artillerist spell, Scorching Ray fires a plasma shot out to 120 feet, dealing 2d6 fire damage on a hit, and each of those can target a different creature if you wish. Shatter sends out a small explosion out to 60 feet, exploding into a 10-foot radius sphere. Each creature within the sphere must make a dex save or take 3d8 thunder damage on a failure. For your new spells, let's talk about 3 spells I want since I didn't give you any spells for the last 2 levels. Invisibility cloaks you for 1 hour while you maintain the spell, giving you the invisible condition while the spell is active, and this will end early if you cast spell, deal damage, or make an attack. Dark Vision lets you see in darkness out to 150 feet for 8 hours. See Invisibility lets you see creatures with the invisible condition and into the ethereal plane for 1 hour. Your character level 11, Firebolt now deals 3d10 fire damage on a hit, and True Strike now deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage on a hit. Level 7 Hunter Rangers unlock Defensive Tactics. Now at the end of your short or long rest, you can give yourself another feature. You can make attacks of opportunity against you at disadvantage, or when a creature hits you with an attack, the creature now has disadvantage on their next attack against you. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 8 Rangers earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Intelligence. You've reached character level 13, bring your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 6 Artificers now have Magic Item Tinkerer. Now with a bonus action, you can recharge a magic item you've created with Replicate Magic Item if it has charges by burning a spell slot, and you can drain the power from a magic item that you've created with Replicate Magic Item, destroying it and restoring a spell slot. You can also use your action to transform one of your magic items from Replicate Magic Item into a different one you can create. You can now replicate uncommon armor, wands, and weapons. You also now have 5 plans and have up to 3 active. For your new plans, Boots of Elvenkind gives you advantage on stealth checks. Returning Weapon allows a weapon with the thrown property gain +1 to attack and damage, and when you throw it, it returns to you. Helm of Awareness gives you advantage on initiative checks. Level 7 Artificers learn Flash of Genius. Now when you or a creature within 30 feet of you fails a skill check, you can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll, possibly changing the results. You can do this a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier per long rest. For your new spell, Blur cloaks you in a field that distorts your body. For 1 minute while you maintain the spell, all attacks against you are at disadvantage, but creatures with True Sight or Blind Sight can ignore this. Level 8 Artificers earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Deck. Level 9 Artillerist Artificers receive Explosive Cannon. Now, if your cannon is destroyed, you can use your reaction to cause it to explode if you are within 60 feet of it. Each creature within 20 feet of it must make a dex save or take 3d8 force damage. Also, all damage your cannon does is increased by 1d8. You now have 3rd level spells. For Artillerist spells, Fireball causes an explosion out to 150 feet. Each creature within a 20-foot radius sphere at that point must make a dex save or take 8d6 fire damage. Wind Wall doesn't make much sense for you, but you get it. You create a wall of wind for 1 minute while you maintain the spell that can be 15 feet long. For your new spells, take what you want. Fireball's all we wanted for this level. You've reached the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Firebolt now deals 4d10 fire damage on a hit, and True Strike deals an extra 3d6 radiant damage on a hit. Level 10 Artificers gain Magic Item Adept. You can now attune on up to 4 magic items at once. You can also replicate any uncommon ring or wondrous item. You have 6 plans and can have up to 4 active. For your new plans, Gauntlets of Overpower makes your strength score 19 when you attune to them. Weapon +2 adds +2 to your weapon's attack and damage. Level 11 Artificers unlock Spell Storing Item. Now when you finish a short or long rest, you can touch one weapon or an item that you can use as a spellcasting focus and store one Artificer spell within it that is 1st, 2nd, or 3rd level. That has a casting time of 1 action. While holding the item, you can cast this spell without a spell slot a number of times equal to twice your intelligence modifier. For your final spell, take what you want. Our final level is level 12 Artificer, and you earn our final ability score improvement, and you can now grab epic boons. For your boon, Boon of Irresistible Offense adds +1 to your strength and then allows you to ignore resistances to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Also, when you roll a natural 20 on an attack, you deal bonus damage equal to your strength score. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 19, Dex 20, Con 10, Intelligence 20, Wisdom 13, Charisma 8. Your total levels are Artificer 12, Ranger 8. Let's dive in. You are the perfect hunter. Your stealth is +17, you can add 10 to that, your rolls are at advantage, and you can go invisible. Your tracking skills are at +8, and this is also at advantage. See in darkness and see invisible creatures. You also have an impressive arsenal. Your basic plasma caster attack deals 4d10 fire damage, and you also have secondary plasma caster attacks that can deal up to 3d8 force damage. Your spear or short blade is +2 to damage, and your throwing blade can return to your hand. Your weapon attacks can also add 1d6 force damage, or 1d8 extra damage, or even 3d6 radiant damage. Finally, you're just hard to take down. Your total health taking the average is over 150 HP with an AC of 18, and you can give yourself temp HP to absorb the damage. Downside. Firstly, you have the Spellcaster's Curse, meaning you have a lot of concentration spells. Your charisma is terrible, just going to put that out there and move on. Finally, this is a complicated build in the aspects of stat minimums. You have 3 stats that can't be below 13, and those stats are not only really important, but there's also a 4th stat that's really important. Time for you to prove yourself and claim a trophy to be envied, but learn from the mistakes of others and don't get arrogant. It never works out for your people. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Daniel Saffler, and Adam. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.